Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So here we are on a beautiful day in Arizona, and you can't come to Arizona and not get some fry bread. So today we're going to take fry bread and make fry bread tostadas. Fry bread was invented in 1864 by Navajo Indians. It was during the Long Walk, a forced relocation from Arizona to New Mexico, where the government gave the Indians flour, they gave them lard and salt. Out of those things, the Navajo came up with fry bread. So, little controversial, some Native Americans treasure this culinary treat that they invented. Others, it's a reminder of colonialism, and they call it dye bread. But I'll tell you what, it is delicious. So we're going to make it today. First of all, I have the ingredients, and they're very simple. I have 4 cups of flour here. I have 2 tablespoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. Then I have a cup of milk and a cup of water. I'm going to heat this, and then we'll get all of our dry ingredients in the bowl. In the meantime, I am melting shortening back here in my skillet to fry the fry bread in. All right, so into the bowl goes the flour, the baking powder, and the salt. There's a bunch of different things you can do with this fry bread. You can put honey on it, cinnamon on it, various fruits. But as I said, today we're making tostadas. We're going to continue to mix this until we have a dough that pulls away from the sides of the container, but is not too sticky. So if we have to add some more flour, we'll do that. Okay, there we go. Had to add a little bit of flour, but we got there. Now we're going to cover that and let it set for about 15 minutes. All right, so it's been resting for 10 minutes. Now we're going to turn it out here. We're going to divide that into 2 equal halves. Set 1/2 aside. Now each one of these is going to yield 10 pieces of fry bread. So we'll cut that into half again, and then we get 5 pieces out of each one of these. All right, form each of these into a little disc, and we'll do the same thing to the other half. Now that that is done, I'm going to lightly flour my board here, and we're going to roll each one of those out to about a 6 to 7 inch diameter disc. The thinner the better, because this is fry bread. We want it fried and crunchy. Okay, now that we have a few made, I'm going to get my oil up to temperature about 375 so I can start frying these. It's going to take about 30 to 40 seconds per side. If you want them less crispy, a little less time, more crispy, and we're making tostadas, so we're looking for the 30 to 40 seconds. All right, so the fry bread is done. Now for the toppings of the tostado, we're going to use a lot of things that we've made in previous episodes. Here I have our creamy black bean cilantro dip that we made in an earlier video. I'm going to use that. Right now I am browning our aged ground beef. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of Cattleman's Grill Mexicano seasoning to that, and a little bit of water to make our taco meat. And from a previous video, our homemade pico de gallo. All those are going to go on with a few other things for the tostados, which we'll make in a little bit. All right, from this point on, the possibilities are endless. This is just the way we like to do it, but you could put black beans on here, you could put regular refried beans on here, whatever. But we are using our creamy black bean cilantro dip as our bean base here. Get that spread out. And then I'm going to put our taco seasoned aged ground beef on top of that. I'm going to top that with our homemade pico de gallo. I'm going to top that with some Mexican crema. And then some shredded iceberg lettuce. And then on top of that, some shredded Mexican cheese. Whatever you find, it can be just shredded cheddar or shredded Monterey Jack or a blend of all of them. And this last step is totally optional. Growing up just south of Wichita in the 70s and 80s, there was a Mexican restaurant named Felipe's. They had a dish called the Felipe Special, which was much like this. And they would take it from this point and then get it in the oven. It would wilt the lettuce a little bit, where the lettuce was still crunchy, but it was warm, and melt the cheese on top. I have my oven heated at 350 degrees to do that last step. And all you're doing there is trying to melt the cheese. So keep your light on, keep an eye on it. Shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes. And then we eat. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing today, and I hope you are, then hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And hit that bell next to it. And you'll know when we release every one of our episodes. What is your favorite Mexican dish? Hey, put that down in the comments. Maybe we'll give it a try. Maybe we've already done that video, and I'll give you a link to it. I'd do that for you. All right, here we are, the moment of truth. Though that might have been the ugliest bite ever taken on YouTube, it is absolutely delicious. That creamy black bean cilantro dip really added something to it. Instead of just putting black beans or refried beans on it, the homemade pico de gallo and that fry bread is just fantastic. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. I sure enjoyed doing it. Remember, we put out 2 episodes every week, so don't miss them. Hey, thank you very much for joining us. And until next time, fair winds and following seas.